A couple months ago, I picked up the phone with one goal in mind: talk to as many CEOs as possible. Only one answered. His name is Torrey Tayenaka.
I'm the founder of Sparkhouse.
We're half video production company and half strategic marketing.
And while Torrey's launching multi-million-dollar ad campaigns, I'm still recording YouTube videos in my basement. Which left me wondering, why did you answer the phone and why did you agree to give your time to a complete stranger? Hold up, let's go back in time for a second. Who exactly is Torrey Tayenaka, and how did he go from selling snails at 7 years old to launching six-figure video campaigns for, well, million-dollar companies?
My mom tells stories of me when I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was selling snails to the neighbors. I don't know what made me think I could sell them, but everyone had, like, where we lived, we had like this snail infestation at one point, and we had to clean them off the wall, and I put them in a wagon and I thought I could sell them to my neighbors. There was one girl down the street that liked snails and she bought some for a quarter, and I thought, this is my new business.
Okay, maybe the snail business didn't last, but soon Torrey began to wonder, maybe he could sell more than just physical products.
I liked fishing, and I would go fishing a lot with my friends, and we were entering these competitions and we were winning these competitions. So we started getting people asking us for advice or tips and things like that. So I started a business where I was guiding fishing. And I think one of the cool things that I learned there was, like, you can start a business around something that you're good at, that you enjoy doing, and make money doing it. I think that kind of taught me that I could do that with video, and that was kind of the next thing that I did after that. My mom, who's a residential real estate agent, she came home one day and said, hey, I know you're in video, check out this video I just paid someone to make for a house that they're trying to sell. And I looked at it and I was like, that's not very good. And she was like, I paid someone $150 to do that. And I was like, I would do that all day long. This is 2004, so I know $150 isn't much, but for a 14-year-old, I was like, that's pretty awesome. And so started doing that for my mom. She had a bunch of real estate agents that worked with her, and they started seeing our videos and they started hiring us. And that's where we got so busy that I actually added a business partner, my friend from my water polo team, and we were kind of tag teaming these, kind of avoiding having to go work at Starbucks or In-N-Out or whatever to make some side cash.
Honestly, this is exactly how I felt since, well, high school. And it didn't surprise me at all that, well, not everybody in Torrey's life felt as strongly about taking the path less traveled.
I saw a lot of my friends that were getting, like, what I would call like your traditional job. They saw the benefit of having stability, right? They have like a guaranteed paycheck. The thing that kind of killed me was, if that person works really hard for 1 month, nothing happens in that paycheck. It doesn't go up, doesn't go down, doesn't go up. Literally, if I work really hard for a weekend, I know I'm going to see results from that. I don't think I could not have that.
Torrey was sounding really relatable at this point, but I know that a lot of what we were talking about was a lot easier said than done. Nothing is scarier than testing an idea that when you have no clue if anyone will like it. What if you spend hours on something people hate? I wanted to know for sure, is there a way to find out if you have a killer idea before you actually build it?
What the minimum viable product is supposed to help you with is, don't sit in a closet for 5 years developing this software and then launching it and finding out that no one wants it. Now, when you launch a beta version, you don't spend $10 million to advertise it and get it out to 10 million people, because it's an MVP, it's a beta. So if you have that MVP version, do an MVP video, test promoting this small thing. And again, if the video flops and the software doesn't launch, that's fine. Get back to work on the software, build it up more.
Now that I had an idea on how to validate an idea, there was just one problem. Could somebody like me really be taken seriously in this world? How important is it to have a higher level of production?
So the way that I approach this is, how much are you willing to risk on the production failing? So if you're doing a video right now to promote your brand new podcast, which you said this is episode 4?
3.
How much are you willing to risk making a video that makes the podcast look bad and flops? I would say pretty low risk. You could test a video that you film off your iPhone, and if it works, great. If it doesn't work, not the end of the world. You haven't invested that much capital, that much time, that much effort into it.
I was starting to wonder if maybe I could hire Sparkhouse Productions. Maybe Torrey and his team could help me promote the podcast and really get the school of business rolling. At what point would somebody want to hire you?
Our average clients are doing $10, $20 million in revenue. before they come to us for that like campaign.
Maybe I was a couple million away from being able to afford Sparkhouse.
But with that being said, we also do offer smaller animations that we do that start between $5,000 and $7,000.
Although my dreams of hiring Sparkhouse Productions would have to wait, I couldn't help but wonder, how did Torrey manage it all? What goes into being a CEO who is in charge of that?
It gets tricky. If we need to scale up and add 5 more people, how do we duplicate people? I think we have like 30 active projects right now. Like that's 30 balls up in the air as a juggler, and you got to make sure you're not going to drop any of them. And that comes back to processes. So we're constantly documenting what we're doing, best practices, creating SOPs. If you try to keep it all in your head, you'll go crazy.
Do you ever find yourself like going through stressful times or feeling the pressure of the weight of the company and the people that you work with, like that rely on you? Do you still feel that pressure?
Yeah, no, definitely. That's the good part of being an entrepreneur. Like that's what you signed up for, right? You wanted to quit your 9 to 5 so that you can go work your 7 to 10. Like you end up working more, but as long as you enjoy what you're doing, then it's kind of worth it there.
Let's pretend for a second that you're standing in front of a classroom full of first-time entrepreneurs. Maybe they got a business, maybe they're thinking about starting. You have 1 minute to teach them a lesson. What are you going to say to them?
My biggest thing, I think that's helped me a ton, and it kind of goes back to your first question of why I answered that call.
Why did you answer the phone and why did you agree to give your time to a complete stranger?
Is building your network. Your network is going to be one of the strongest tools to growing a business, to helping a business, to getting out of trouble. But the way that you create that is you have to give to them first and build that trust. So one of the things that I see, especially with a lot of young, maybe not entrepreneurs as much, but like just young professionals, is they're literally going to an event wanting. And you can kind of smell that when you see them going to an event and people don't want to talk to them. I always tell people, like, go to networking events and volunteer to take the tickets at the front door. Not only are you going to meet every single person, but you're providing something to that group. So in 6 months, when you need help, you can actually go in there and ask them for it. Again, it's like smart and selfish, right? Give a bunch so that you can get a bunch later.